So I'm super excited because this is my first video tutorial. I've done a few things on my blog on Fitful Factotum, which you can find a link of below. Today is my first makeup tutorial. I'm super excited. Anyway, so today I'm going to show you guys how to do this pretty simple. This isn't my everyday look. This is more like date night look. It's a little bit more done up than I normally do, but I really like the bronzy, kind of smoky look to it. I feel like it's really versatile. It goes with a lot of different things, and it's, in my opinion, it's fresh and just classic. So without further ado, let's begin. Enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is clip your hair back. I happen to have a lot of wispies in the front of my hair, and it sticks to my face if I don't do that step. And then I'm going to take this MAC Prep and Prime spray and spray my face. Before I did this, I didn't actually record this. I put on BB Miracle Skin Perfector by Garnier in light medium, and that is a great SPF. It's a cream, and it just really evens out the redness in your skin. Works great for me, and it smells really good. Next, I'm using the Leg and Body Cover by Dermablend Professional in the color beige to cover up my blemishes. I've got a little bit of a breakout right now. This is actually meant for covering up tattoos, so it's got really good coverage. I just really like it for covering up those breakouts. And then I'm using the Color Stay by Revlon, and it's supposed to be like the Studio Fix, the MAC Studio Fix. I really like it. It's in fresh beige. This color's in fresh beige. It's got a really good coverage. It's a lot thicker than most drugstore foundations. And I'm just spraying a little bit of the Prep and Prime onto my brush. The brush I'm using is the MAC Foundation brush number 187. And I'm just kind of starting on the outside in a circular motion. I am blending it in. And I'm just going to do this all the way around. I really like this brush because it really, with the two levels of the brush bristle, it blends really well. Then I'm going to take a paper towel and just wipe it off so that it doesn't get on any of my clothes. Next, I'm going to use the Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC in the color NC20. I just got this concealer, and honestly, it is the best concealer I've ever used. It has such good coverage, it goes on smoothly, and it really doesn't crease that much. I still have to set it with powder, but it's a lot better than a lot of the other ones I've used. So I'm taking this brush. It's the, honestly, I don't know what brush this is. I've had it for years, and it doesn't have a brand on it, so I'm not sure, but it's kind of an eyeshadow brush. It's kind of a thicker brush. It's a lot like my my MAC eyeshadow brush. Let's see, number 217. It's about the same size, but it's a little bit fluffier and softer, so it's great for under my eyes. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer above my eyebrows to kind of highlight up there a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the bridge of my nose, just all the way down to kind of highlight. I'm just putting a little bit underneath my eyebrows to highlight my eyebrows. Now I'm using the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC in Light Plus, and I'm taking that same brush that I used for my concealer and just kind of dabbing that pressed powder underneath my eyes. I'm going to put a little bit over my eyelids. This pressed powder really is the best concealer setter. And I'm just putting a little bit over those areas that I want highlighted. Next, I'm going to take my e.l.f. blush brush. This is a kind of angled brush. And then I'm using the BB Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula in medium to dark. And this is the bronzer that I will be using. As you can see, I'm showing you how I find that line, the contour line. It's just angled with the line of your ear. And I don't know if you noticed, I squeezed when I first did that bronzer on my cheek, I squeezed the brush, I pinched it to make it thinner so that it had a more definite line. And now I'm just kind of blending it upwards. Don't ever blend down. There I am pinching it. Don't ever blend down, always blend up with your bronzer because you want to keep that line pretty contoured if this is the look that you're going for. Oops. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. complexion brush and just kind of feather it out a little bit so that it's not so defined. And I'm not blending it down, just up and out. Now I'm taking the bronzer and I'm using that same brush, the first blush brush by e.l.f., and I'm putting it under my lip. This gives the illusion of a bigger bottom lip. And I'm just framing my face by putting it a little bit in the corners of my forehead. Now, I did put a little bit too much on, as you can see. I think next time I definitely won't do as much. I'm just really excited. So I'm taking my bigger complexion brush and kind of feathering it out so that it's not so contrasty. But hey, it looks like I just have a really good tan, so it's all good. Next, I'm going to contour my jawline by just taking that smaller blush brush and contouring right around my jaw. This also kind of makes your face look a little bit thinner. And then I'm taking the complexion brush and just kind of bronzing my neck a little bit. In the video, my neck looks much darker because it's shadowed. All I'm using is natural light from my window in front of me. So it doesn't look as dark as it does in real life, but in this lighting it does. But in person, it actually matches my face more. I'm just taking a step back and making sure that everything looks even. And then I'm going to take the Mineral Skin Finish by MAC in Lightscapade. And this is an awesome highlighter. I love this. And I'm just going to take an old e.l.f. complexion brush that I have and just lightly put that around my eyes. See how it gives you just a little bit of a sheen? Just makes you look really fresh and dewy. It's not really shimmery or glittery, and I like that about it. Just kind of adds a glow. Yep, that looks good. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls Blush by Physicians Formula in Natural Pearl. And I'm just taking that same blush brush that I used to contour my bronzer onto my cheeks, and I'm just lightly, very lightly, because this is a very colorful blush. And I'm taking my Eco Tools eyebrow brush and just kind of smoothing them out because they're getting a little scary. And I'm using the Prolong Wear Paint Pot by MAC in Soft Ochre as a primer for my eyelids now. This primer is so awesome. I have kind of droopy eyelids. I just have a little bit more skin than probably most women do on my eyelids, and so my eyelids crease really easily when I'm using eyeshadow. So this really helps prime it, and it helps kind of just keep it set all day long. Right now I'm using my MAC powder brush. I actually don't know which brush this is. I've had it for so many years that the numbers have faded away and I don't know them anymore. This eyeshadow is MAC eyeshadow in the color Quarry, and I'm using the MAC brush number 217 to apply it. What I'm doing is I'm applying it to the crease of my eye and I'm blending it in and just working my way up just a little bit, very lightly. And next I'm going to use the MAC eyeshadow in Amber Lights. This is kind of a shimmery eyeshadow. That last one, Quarry, is a little bit, it's matte actually. This one's a little bit bronzy. It's got a little bit of a gold shimmer to it. And I'm just applying it to the crease of my eyelid. Same thing, just kind of blending it out to be an ombre look. And this will create our ombre layers. Next I'm using an e.l.f. angled brush, defining brush, and I'm taking a MAC eyeshadow. It's in the color Espresso. It's a matte finish, and I'm just applying it to the crease of the very, most crease of my eyelid. As you can see, I'm pushing it in. I'm not feathering it out yet. I'm just trying to get that crease really good. Next, I'm going to take another e.l.f. eye blending brush and just kind of blend that out so that it's not so harsh and defined. And I'm blending up, not down. And then I'm just going to take a dry eyelash brush. You can get these at any beauty supply store, but I'll bet you Ulta will give you some for free. And I'm taking that same MAC powder blush and just kind of dusting off the fallout that came from the eyeshadow. And next I'm using Perfect Blend Eyeliner by CoverGirl in the color Mink. And I'm just kind of doing the outer edges of my eyelid. I feel like it looks a little bit better on my eye to just do the outside of my eyes for eyeliner. And then this particular eyeliner is really cool because it has the sponge tip on the other end of it, so you can kind of blend it in a little bit without having to dirty another brush. And the mascara that I'm using is the Rocket Volume Express by Maybelline in Blackest Black. I love this mascara. It is seriously so awesome. Every time I go to another mascara, I come right back to this one. I used to use MAC's, and honestly, this is just as good for half the price. Now, I have eyelash extensions, which I will be showing you how to do in another tutorial. I don't do my own eyelash extensions, but my sister and I trade. I do hers and she does mine. You cannot do eyelash extensions on your own eyes. I will just tell you that right now. I wish you could, but you can't. So now I'm taking a old kid's toothbrush and I'm just kind of feathering that out. I actually like using that toothbrush more than I like my Eco Tools eyebrow brush. And this eyeliner is MAC's eyeliner. It's the, let's see, what is it called? It's called the eyebrow pencil in the color B32. And I'm just starting with the tail. I always start with the tail of my eyebrow and I kind of work my way in. I'm doing the arch right now. I'm focusing on the bottom of my eyebrow, just doing a line to kind of define my eyebrow. And I'm not really touching the top. And I'm doing this very lightly. The first couple times I used this a few years ago, I did it way too hard the first time, and it really does last longer too when you can just do it lightly. And now I'm taking my MAC angled brush. It's the brush number 266, and I took that same espresso color, that brown espresso matte eyeshadow, and I'm just kind of filling in my eyebrow at the top, so it gives it a little bit more of a softer look than the eyebrow pencil. That pencil is really used for defining your eyebrow, and I think it looks best when you define the bottom half of your, or the bottom part of your eyebrow. And then I'm just kind of adjusting my eyebrows a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. Then I'm taking that same paper towel and I'm just kind of I'm clearing my lips of any foundation. And then I'm going to use this NYX lip primer in the color Nude. I just started using this primer and seriously, it's so awesome. It's super cheap and it keeps your lipstick from feathering out. It also keeps it from getting on your teeth for the most part. This is great for every lipstick, but I especially use it for red lipstick. And now I'm using the Lasting Finish the Exaggerate lip liner by Rimmel in number 063. And I like this one because it's kind of the same color as my lips. So what I'm doing here, sorry, it's kind of hard to put my lip liner on. But what I'm doing here is I'm kind of making my top lip a little bit bigger. I'm going out with the pencil on the sides, just kind of making it a little bit bigger. When you do the same color as your lips, it doesn't look as fake in my opinion. And then I'm just kind of doing the outer edges of my bottom lip. I'm not touching the middle part of my bottom lip. And next I'm using the Lasting Finish lipstick by Rimmel in number 70, and this is called Airy Fairy. I really like this color, it's sweet. It's kind of a nudie pinky color. And then I'm using a little bit of lip gloss by MAC in Pink Poodle. As you can tell, I have barely any left because I use it so much, but I use this to just kind of add a little bit more pink tone to that lipstick. I think it's really great for a night out. And I'm just taking a little bit more highlighter and kind of highlighting those areas that I feel like need a little bit more highlighting. Okay, and then I'm going to use I really like this. It's called Stay Matte by Rimmel in Silky Beige. It's a really good powder, and it's like pennies. It's so cheap. It's a really matte powder. It's really light on your skin. It doesn't feel heavy. So that is it for this look. I hope you guys loved it. I hope you try it on your next date or your night out. And you guys stay beautiful.